Hello, everybody. Brian here from quantlabsnet.com. I've just put up a video on some of the requirements needed for a very high-paying just quant developer job, and I've gone over the vast job description and what needs to be acquired in terms of knowledge. Part of it also included the trading that I've talked about over the last pile of videos. And now we're just going to specifically go into where you can go with quant analysis as a graduate. Okay, so this post I saw on quant.stackexchange.com. This could get pulled, okay? This could get pulled. Okay, so it's already been not pulled, but off topic in quant.stackexchange.com. Today is February 4th as well, 2025. So here we go. I want to show you all the different areas that this guy can go through. Final year of the BSc in Data Science and at a technological institution. Will be starting my MSSE next year. Background includes time series analysis, market microstructure, stochastic calculus, game theory, blockchain, and DeFi. I have also research experience in blockchain from a game theoretic perspective. So this guy's obviously not really wanting to go after a Wall Street job in a traditional sense. He's wanting crypto related or blockchain. I'll probably give you my advice where this guy should go in that area, in my opinion on it. But let's go through this. Highly interested in quantitative analysis or finance, particularly in algo trading, microstructure. I've gone through that. My course covers a lot of that. Automated market maker, my course covers that pretty good, but that's from a human perspective. Auto market maker dynamics and limit order book modeling. This is what the job that I posted on YouTube kind of sounds like it's gearing towards, especially in the context of DeFi. I'd like to write my thesis on a topic within this domain. However, I faced the challenge that none of the professors at my institute specialize in quantitative finance. Well, why is that? You should have gone to a bigger school. I don't know. Anyways, closest field I could have access to is theoretical stochastic calculus and blockchain research from a computer science and algorithmic game theory perspective. In my country, okay, maybe country specific, I don't know. I have only found researchers in mathematical finance, but not in quantitative finance with a strong data science component. That's bizarre. You think that mathematical finance will definitely know about quant and this area, data science as well, because it's a growing trend, even in the world of legacy banks and hedge funds. The challenges, thesis problem. Believe if I propose a concrete, well-formulated research question that aligns with my interest as a researcher in my institution, stochastic calculus or blockchain, that might agree to supervise me. However, I'm struggling to find a problem that is both academically significant and suitable for a thesis, not too easy or too hard. What are the methodologies and techniques to find suitable problem? What are some promising research directions at the intersection of quant finance, algo trading, and DeFi? I'll answer these. How can I ensure the problem is novel and relevant to academia? This is the hard part. Identifying the right research community. Given my interest with academic fields beyond quant finance should I explore? What journals and conferences should I follow to stay updated? Who are some key researchers and thought leaders in this space? Finding relevant literature. You can see how complicated it is. It's just for a graduate coming out of quant, quote unquote quant. Do you know of any recent papers on AMM dynamics or LOB modeling in DeFi or market microstructure in decentralized markets? Are there any terminologies or methodologies I should look at that may help bridge my interest with my existing academic research? Alternative approaches. If pursuing a quant finance thesis in my current environment is too difficult, what other strategies would you recommend for gaining research experience in this domain? Would it be advised to reach out to researchers abroad for potential remote collaboration? Okay, let's cover his questions. All right. So, what are methodologies and techniques to find a suitable problem? Well, if he's not able to find in a school, part of the problem is his school. I think he needs to be in a more, if you go on to quantnet.com, I think it's quantnet.com, the big forum, you'll find all the schools rated for quant. You should be in one of those schools for the profs that are interested in this space and that will help students like this. So he could be in the wrong school. What are some of the promising research directions at the intersection of quant finance, algorithmic trading, and DeFi? There's a ton here, but what do you define as DeFi? Because DeFi, to me, true DeFi, was before the regulars stepped in. So when you look at Bitcoin, maybe Monero even, that's DeFi. So anything that's not regulated, that does not have know your customer, is not regulated, that's DeFi. That's because it's decentralized finance, meaning there's no form of regulation in this space. If there is regulation, it's no longer DeFi. So if he's looking at DeFi in a pure sense where there's no government regulation involved with a know your customer and anti-money laundering and all that, then he can follow the path of where things like Binance is, where countries are not breathing down Binance's neck for the regulation to be part of um, Binance, to have this KYC and AML. Binance should operate in some of those countries. That's where that Binance, the real in volume DeFi exists. There's other exchanges out there that enable it. They're tiny. They have no volume. If you want to reverse engineer one like that, you can look at some of the exchanges that are all open source. There's one that I can't come to mind. If you want to learn how that exchange works, you can learn from that. Maybe somebody's got a comment on that exchange, but it's tiny, but it's fine. It's fine for reverse engineering. Now, if you're willing to go down the path of government regulation, that's going to make your life a lot easier because now you could find all kinds of things for algo trading and quant finance. Okay, tons of stuff in there, Wall Street related, London related, and specifically in futures and options. Again, where my course comes in to learn all that, very long, 25 videos. So there's different areas to go into. Chicago's a really good city for that because a lot of the big successful HFT shops and firms are going to be in Chicago because they focus on options and futures. And as I said, I just put up a video on a very high paying job for exactly this sort of stuff, paying $750,000 up to in total compensation, US out of New York. Okay, identifying the right research community. This is hard to say what works and what doesn't work. There's lots of people that will talk a lot coming out of the academia space. This brings me back to the focus of languages like R. And these people are very uh, fanatical, I'll just say, because they have a fancy schmancy um, paying job in their school. They're working with free languages like R, focusing on the space of quant finance. But here's what you need to be very aware. Those are just professors. Those are academia. And I can almost guarantee you a lot of them have not traded live. So we'll pump out these research papers, but there's no real live trading, no multi-year track record from these professors. So if that's the space you want to be in that kind of community, but that don't really trade, then you got to step outside of the world of academia. And then there's probably lots of places to go. The world leading, it will be my next answer here. What journals and conferences should I follow to stay updated? From what I see, as I mentioned one already, quantnet.com is one. The other one that used to be a standard was wilmot.com as well, where a lot of um, uh, institutional players are there. One other one that I've not never talked about is on Blind the app. So like Blind, I can't see Blind the app. I think blind.com. They have some uh, talk about this sort of stuff, but again, they are from the uh, the industry that you're seeking. So there's two different views. You could follow only the academia that goes deep into the quant finance, but don't live trade normally, or If you want what the academia offers, but yet you want to follow those that are live trading as well. So um, this forum is a good one that I've seen. As long and the other ones I mentioned, Wilmont and a few other ones. From what I also understand, if you do the CQF, they have a postgraduate community of people, and only internally you get access to their resources. Another area that I have been told that's good is Bloomberg. A lot of their live talk sessions is good as well. They did do some live quant talks. I don't know if they still do those in New York as well. You have to be in the financial centers to really take advantage of the live conferences and thought leaders. One guy that I do like, Marco de la Prados. He's a doctor originally from Spain. He's a quant head of I think it's Qatar Wealth Fund, and yeah, follow him. He's good. Ernie Chan's another good one as well. And okay, so finding relevant literature. This define AMM dynamics and LOB is probably out there. There's lots of talks on there, but they're very high level. And again, they're not in practice. I think those are fine, but in order to really get good at this, and let's say if it's DeFi, you have to code it. You have to go out, code it up what you want to do. Could take a lot of time, and then put it on GitHub. And that's another way to get the attention of other folks, namely job recruiters. If you put up those kind of projects on places like GitHub to showcase your coding skills, because that will get you a lot of attention. I've talked about that before, and I did an interview with a student about that last year about it, who went to NYU as well. And you have to have what this guy's already showing, the initiative to ask questions like this on a place like the Quant Stack Exchange. Are the terminology or methodology I should look into and help bridge my interest with existing academia research? As I said, you got to know how to separate yourself from the academia world into the industrial practice world. Because, as I said, with the academia, it's just they have those jobs to play safe, or they're failed traders moving into academia, or a lot of the failed traders will move into consulting to set up and help shops uh, fill out, to do this technology on a consulting basis. So you have to be aware of that, and you want to really follow traders, and these are very rare, that have an actual third-party verified track record. I don't even know of anyone in that space that has that, but that's what I'd follow, because you want to follow traders that have what you're seeking, that are profitable. It's one thing to say, well, I'm into this stuff, but I want to know how it works and follow somebody. You got and make sure they're verified as well with a solid track record. Those are very rare. I will tell you that as from my perspective. So you got to really know what you want. Maybe my guidance may help. I don't know, but this is really important to know. Okay, so again, being caught up in the DeFi space is not going to help you. There's specific for crypto, yes, but again, what? How do you define DeFi is a question. Okay, so the terminology and methodology you'll get from a lot of the research papers, but it has to be the right source. So again, if it's from a real trader, a real live trader with a PhD doing all this research, those are who I follow. Because it's one thing to put out research papers and just be all theoretical, but not have the practice behind it, meaning profitable trades for multi-year using whatever they're putting out. Probably doesn't exist. And even if it did, they're not going to share it. So the only other way to get in that is getting an internship at one of these firms and learning through how the business works. And believe me, these big trading shops, these high frequency trading shops and the like market makers know that. And they're going to keep you in a silo. So you're not going to learn the vast operation. And if they do, they're probably losing money and won't last as a business. Because then they know that you'll go out and blab it or start yourself as a competitor to them. Alternative approaches. If pursuing quant Finance thesis is my current environment is too difficult. What other strategies would you recommend for gaining research experience in this domain? I just said that, right? Would it be advisable to reach out to other researchers abroad for potential remote collaboration? This is very easy to you most likely will have to reach out abroad internationally to find the people that you're looking for and the real experienced people, unless it's like a Ray Dalio in his 70s and he's putting out some gems when he's in retirement. What's the likelihood you'll get a guy like that to collaborate with? So the only ones you'll probably collaborate realistically with is people like you at your, call it junior level, and then you partner up, come out with something. But the more mid, senior, I just don't see it unless they're retired and want to give back to the community that they were part of as in a profession level. But yeah, those are hard to find. And the only collaborators you'll probably find are people in your age group, most likely. Okay, so here's another option, but I'm going to toot my own because that's what these videos are for. Um, you can always go to quantlabsnet.com, click learn, get a specific ebook I put out about HFT, high frequency trading shops, and C++ specific. Get that here. I also got two other books as well, all free. And as I said, I'm starting to do a WhatsApp connection as well if you want to do that within limits. So I'll put that all out there and see how it goes and let me know if anybody else is in a similar space or headspace or uh, the like. Thanks for watching.